What is the Icelandic for deja vu? 8 games to go, 3-point gap. Surely this is the year, right? If you have been enjoying the series, drop a like, that would be superb. Helps out the channel, helps people find the series, and all that jazz. No beating around bushes today. The bushes have been firmly beaten. This is the situation. I mean, you can see it really. 6 points off the top, but the top is not our aim. The top is irrelevant to us, unless of course we come top, in which case it was very relevant the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about. But with 8 matches to go, we're 3 points off of second spot, and that's really our aim for today, if we can get this one off the ground. I think that the fixtures are favourable to us over this period from what we saw at the end of the last video. However, I don't know what the fixtures are like for the other teams, but let's not ignore Grotta, who statistically are actually the best side this season in terms of their underlying stats. And you know I love an underlying stat. So that's really our aim. They could be the dark horses there, but I do expect our friends directly above us to possibly fall away a little bit in there too. But let's get cracking. I've seen a lot more things I've liked this season. Having Ty Sodje actually banging in goals for us has been nice. 9 in 14 is a good return. Puts him as one of the top scoring players in the league, which is always extremely nice to go with it. I think the poacher change, I don't know. I don't know if it's made a difference or not, but we have at least won our last 2 games and looked much better in them, so I suppose that's something, right? And even though Gudjonsson's gone off the boil a little bit lately, I actually do really rate him in the centre of that park just because of his ability to get back and cover. And with that in mind, I think we're going to leave the lineup once again completely the same. And our record against Grindavik hasn't been superb. I think we've played them 3 times now, and I don't think we've beaten them yet. But at the very least, we're coming off the back of 2 consecutive victories, and one of which was, of course, away at FH, which was a stupidly good result. I cannot believe we beat them 3-0. And it wasn't even like a lucky 3-0. It was a 3-0. We deserved the win comfortably, and we got it. And I want more of that over this final 8 games. But first 13 minutes has been somewhat heavy on the Grindavik side, so that is a little on the concerning, because they actually do look pretty confident on the ball. It's a good ball in, and it's cleared away, but once again, the pressure is on us, and we don't like that. Good block. I mean, so far in the 32 minutes, we've seen nothing out of us at all. That is a concerning first half from us. It smacks of one of those matches where we're just not really able to impose ourselves on the match, and that's a huge problem. But it's just stuff like this. Oh, come on. Sebastian Bush makes it 1-0 Grindavik, and wow. I don't know, we just cannot... No matter what we do when we play Grindavik, we're just bad against them, it seems. What a weird goal. They finally get a little opening for Butch as he makes this little run from midfield. Just loses the defenders here, but... I mean, you got to save it. You have to save that. And that's going to be tough when we've barely threatened the goal at any point in this game. Sodje's header is easily saved. In goes ball, and it's hit the bar from Gudjonsson. Oh, there was a chance maybe. Now he's got a bit of trouble. Oh, actually, he's found Palacios. Nice. Robertson. Oh, can he bend one? Oh, I thought it was in. I thought it was in. Still, with 25 minutes to go, we find a goal, and it could change for us. Guzman. Oh, no, this is going in as well, isn't it? Oh, good save, Halderson. We've been kind of just impotent in this game is the best way to describe it. Just so little attacking threat. Then it suddenly becomes 6 points. Oh, in goes ball in, and Manissa! Side netting. And I think with that might well have taken our chances at anything with it. That would push us back to 6 points. I know it started like that last season too, but it's the little things that cost you. And today it's been another one of these games that's been fairly even in terms of the actual output in the end. But once again, we failed to get the result or any points from it. Unless Roberts... Oh, Benonison. Sodje. Seconds left. Finds Rimmerstar. We've got bodies in the box. Come on, ball in. Benonison! Oh... No, that's going to do it as Robertson hauls down his man to make sure this game finishes 1-0 to Grindavik. And that might well be curtains for us a little bit. We've said it before, but unless we go and win our remaining 7 matches, I think it's going to be very unlikely that we haul a 6-point deficit back. And it's just this. It's these little things over the course of the year that just cause us to drop points. It's, yeah, I don't know. That's what I mean. That's what's cost us this year in total. You can see it every time there's a game that's like level like this, and it's like we lose it. Most of the time we lose. Or if we are smashing a team, we'll draw. And there's just too much of it. Because now the gap is 6 points to FH and to Grotta, and 4 even to our nearest rivals there too. Or if anything, we're slipping. It's incredible that we've got a plus 13 goal difference still. But without some miracles now. And weirder things have happened. But pulling back 6 points in 7 matches is going to be a nutty task with 3 teams to overcome. But at least Lichnia didn't win, I suppose. There's that. Right then. On to our destiny, I suppose. To Vangarud. Here we go. Starting to get a bit more play going now. Carrison, there's runners. Sodje's one of them. We need one more run. Oh, it's fallen through to Robertson. He has to score here. And he does! Thomas Ori Robertson on the bursting run through the middle, and we're winning against the bottom club. It's not to say much, but it gives us hope, I suppose. I mean, if we lose this, we are officially done. But at least we're in this one at the moment. It's Karasson! Oh, it's 2! Stimir Mani Karasson, and now all of a sudden we seem to have woken up a little bit. I'm curious to keep an eye on Vanguard's performance today, but 2-0 up already is good news. Ingo again. I just felt like having a player like Vanguard in there would really help with those balls through the midfielders. Karasson, well, I mean, the goalkeeper's given him the entire goal away, Matt, and we've scored twice directly from the kickoff there, and it's 3-0 now. On by Rossini, we've got bodies forward again. Soldier's one of them. So many runners, one of whom is Karasson, potentially for the hat-trick. And he's scored. It's a hat-trick for Stimil Mani Karasson. It's another 4-0 for the year for us. Incredible. Fairly comfortable result for us in the end. Exactly what we would have wanted. The 3 goals for Karasson, though. Really nice to see him really taking the role to his own today. Robertson's goal was good. I made some slight tweaks to test some stuff out in the second half. Didn't really work out brilliantly for us until right at the end, but that was just complete mix-up. Still leaves us 5th in the league. Still leaves us 6 points off of that spot, though. We're back in the battle to 4th, but unfortunately with everyone around us winning at the moment, it's kind of difficult to match that. Despite our ridiculous goal difference. Oh, God, those points we've dropped, man. Mutemba has now left. He wasn't getting the football, unfortunately, and he's now on a paid contract. So I don't really blame him for leaving to go back to Mozambique. But Zacharias, you were a good servant last season, particularly. This isn't the worst choice in the world. Ingo! Blocked. Robertson. We go again, though. Rossini's still got bodies around him. Goes for Karasson. We've got to try and get this into someone who can shoot. Ingo can shoot, and he does shoot. It's 1-0 to KV. He's not scored enough goals this season, Ingo, for his XG. He's one of the biggest letdowns in that area of the pitch, but he's created so much, and that is just such a massive goal. Nice, Robertson. Here's the runners again. He's found Karasson this time. Is there a bit of form coming back as Karasson drills us 2 goals to the good? All of a sudden, he's come to life in the last couple of matches, which is ironic because he played like crap in that earlier live come against Grindavik. But there you go, 2-0. He's linking up the play. I think he's just linking things up a little bit better than Faiz was. Soje. Robertson, round the side for Karasson again. Surely he can't do it once more. Oh my God, he has, and it's 3-0. And Stimir Mani Karasson has come out of nowhere and now netted 5 in 2. I don't know what to say about the man. It's 3-0. Oh. Start of something great, he says. It might be the end of something great to go with it. That could be the moment that things change back for the worst. Doreva's ball in. And almost within, well, not moments later, but moments sort of later, Fram are back in it. So, I mean, yeah, you can very clearly see what I mean. The moment that we kind of, literally, getting that injury to Soje brought them right back into this match. I don't know if it was just because when we were getting that ball forward, we had no one really to hold it up. Ben Onison just could not do the job. Thankfully, we already had the lead by then, but that does worry me. If this injury is serious, it could be game changer. In terms of the league, we are now within 4 points. However, there's games in hand for both of our rivals down there, sadly. At least the team directly above us did lose as well, and we now move 2 points clear of them and are starting to get 4th place a little bit more consolidated, but it could all change with this injury. 3 to 6 weeks, but it's actually 3 to 4 weeks, but it doesn't matter because that's basically the rest of the season. I realise, of course, that he isn't the one even scoring these goals lately, but it's what he's doing when he's not scoring that is actually super important. Just getting that ball, winning headers, knocking it down to the central midfielders, holding the ball up and looking for players to play in, and getting assists from time to time in there too. That's so damn important. I just don't I think without that, we're going to really struggle. We've heard from the medical staff that potentially Soje could be back by the 31st of August, which, barring... it could give him either 3 at the most or potentially 2 league appearances still to come for him potentially this season. But the thing is, we still have to get through these games without him, and that's the biggest problem. Particularly as today is away at the team directly below us in the 89th minute. Can he pull off a miracle goal here that could mean the world to us? He's taking his time over it. There's a lot of stuff going on elsewhere in the league that matters hugely as well, as you'll find out later potentially. Ingo's free kick. And the thing is, not only did the Ingo that not go in at the exact same moment that he missed that, another goal went in elsewhere that probably has binned us now. But the biggest thing, as you'll see, is the fact that Lechnia Reykjavik, 91st minute winner in their game, now pushes them back to 6 points clear and a game in hand. We've had it, mate. Ball in. And it's a penalty to us. This is huge. The first highlight we've seen in the entire match. This could be massive. We've been god-awful here, and we need this to be a goal. Ingo's been the best player on the pitch, I'd say, up to this point. He has to score here, and he does! Lechner 0, KV 1. Massive goal for Ingo, and that could be huge in the title race, potentially. Big result. Away from home, it took the penalty from Ingo. We've really dried up for creativity, of course. Most of our chances came from those set pieces in this game. We rarely saw anything beyond that, but we got the result over the line, and that's big, particularly with results elsewhere. Excellent news elsewhere, as 11th place Selfos hold Lichnia Reykjavik at home. The gap is back to 4 with the games in hand again still, and also Trotta holding FH in there as well. I think that's kind of irrelevant, but the gap is 6 points to them. I mean, maybe it's not irrelevant, because technically if Lichnia win their game in hand, the closest team actually becomes FH at that point, but the gap is still 6 points. So that is looking pretty unlikely, with Grotta winning their game as well. One thing I really quite like about making the videos with this style, where you see everything, is that I feel like these run-ins have way more intensity to them than they previously did. I love it. And hopefully you feel the same way. So Traustasson's just moved from FH to Rosenborg over in Norway. Unfortunately, they've loaned him that for the rest of the season. I was kind of hoping they'd lose their best striker for a couple of games. FH are playing Grindavik. They've lost! FH have lost at home against Grindavik. Oh, we have a game in hand on them now. This is big. Our gap could shrink to 3 points if we could win our game in hand on them. Problem is, our game in hand is against Grotta, who are directly above us. A win against them, though, would see us leapfrog Grotta and go to within 3 points of FH. But, and it is a big but, if we were to get this result here potentially, we might well get ourselves 2 games with Tai Soje. Oh, God, what were we doing there? Why did the left-sided centre-back come across to cover that when there was plenty of bodies in the middle already? Panic's ball through. Oh, lordy lord. That is just an embarrassment of defending there. I don't know what they were playing at. Why does he... Oh, it's the... What? Even weirder then. Tolleton's ball in. Oh, dearie me. Ah, well, there it goes. That's it. We just haven't looked like a team that could score a goal since Soje's injury, essentially. Well, that pretty much ends it, I'd say. Like I said, we have scored 1 goal since Soje was injured, and it was a penalty. And it's the only chance I can't even remember seeing a chance in the matches since then. And I think that is unfortunately going to be the thing that's going to cost us any chance we had of doing anything in the end. And that's such a shame. And I think the even worse thing about this is yet more points were dropped by our rivals. You can see Lichnia conceded a 94th minute equaliser there. Lichnia versus Grotta. I don't think it matters anymore, but at the very least, a draw would be good, I suppose. Grotta win. I don't even really know what that means anymore. We're 6 points clear with 2. Literally, it would take a miracle. They both have to lose their remaining 2 matches of the season, and we'd have to win both of them, and with good goals to... Well, we probably would if we won both and they lost both, but still. Soje is back now, which is good. This guy's got a bit of agility about him. Might even get a cross in here. Hopefully he doesn't. No, he has. Goalkeeper's punched it for some reason. Oh, you cannot be serious. What a goal. Oh, my lord. The end of this season really is just making me miserable. Look at this for a finish from Alstman. Yeah, this sort of just sums up us at the moment. Oh, worst news is that FH lost as well. So if we'd won, like we should have done, or could have done maybe, but we can't score a goal anymore, so that's going to be a problem, I find. Yeah, we would have actually still been in it potentially, but this is the thing. Soje actually didn't play too badly, but the problem is he's not fully fit, and nobody's... The shuffling around that had to happen when Soje got that injury just seems to have completely thrown everybody off. And yeah, as you can see, with FH losing to Trotta Reykjavik, that would have given us a chance, potentially. Now, it would have immediately evaporated, I would have sensed, when Lichnia won their game in hand or whatever, but still, it would have given us hope. We now officially are out of it, and probably could end up finishing lower than that as it goes. In fact, could technically finish as low as 7th now. So, final day of the season, UMF Selfoss. Now, as it goes, FH and Lichnia are actually playing each other on the final day, which I think might have meant that there was no way we could have possibly ever gone up anyway, because, well, not gone up, you know what I mean, because one of them would have got the points in order to have made that happen. You see what I mean? But needless to say, the finish this season has been supremely disappointing. Just the fact that we've not scored a goal from open play in the last 4 matches. The penalty is the only thing we've done in that period. And in addition to that, I don't recall seeing an open play highlight in the last 4 matches. It really does. A lot of this season has been false dawns. It feels like every time we were about to turn a corner and we'd string a few wins together, we'd have just another game where we'd get like a reasonable performance, miss a load of chances, and our opponents would score their only shot. That kind of thing. And it's just cost us this season tremendously. And obviously, we've had some games where we've overperformed as well, but a lot of that's come in matches that we were already winning very comfortably, and then we'd add a couple of consolation goals on top of the icing, so to speak. And that's been a bit of our issue. We've scored a lot of meaningless goals in like 3 and 4-0 victories, but then can't score in games that we're actually playing really well and matter massively in order to get those results. Some of our best performances in terms of attacking output this season have been games we've not won, and that really is the reason that you don't progress further. Knowing us, we'll go out and win this game 4-0. That would be such a typical us thing. But overall, I've actually still been quite pleased with a lot of the things I've seen this season. I still feel like there's actually a good tactical setup under here. It just needs the right personnel that can actually execute shooting. and other such mystical arts. And Robertson's got it here. I think it might have been a foul on his defender, but it doesn't matter. He slipped it through for Carrison on the stroke of half-time, sets himself up, and it's a brilliant finish from Stimil Marnie Carrison, and it's a great goal for us, and we're back, I say back in front. We're in front for the first time from open play for a bloody long time. And go to take one. Can he finally score one of these? Oh, he's at the upright. Palacios over the line, and I think that is going to count. It is 2-0 to KV. Palacios with a goal, this time from the deflection of a free kick. We had a couple of those go against us last season. We've just exploded before half-time. Carrison's ball. Soje! How has he missed that? Half-time. Terrific work from the lads. 2-0 up and thoroughly deserved. Just can't do it when it matters, can we? And I think partly what it was last season is that you can see the fact that last season we scored 12 goals from corners in the league. Which is a lot. But this year it's only 4. And that has really cost us, because those little corner goals were turning 0-0s and 1-0s into 2-1s and 1-0s, and that's a lot of points over the course of a season. Now, obviously, if we'd scored 12 again this year, that would have been insane to keep that up, but to see it drop off by such a lot, I think is part of the reason why we've struggled this year. And I don't really understand the reasoning behind it either, because, good save, it's the same set-piece taker, often aiming at the same man who was scoring a lot towards the end of last season, so it is interesting. I know there was no Grönlund, but still, it is interesting how it's just sort of faded. I still see the highlights, but what happens now is it's the same highlight over and over again, where the header is just headed, clips off the crossbar, goes out. Like 3 or 4 times a game, we'll see the same highlight. Whereas last season, those would have been aimed into the back post and they would have gone in. Robertson, again, scrounging in at people. Can he find another ball through? Nearly. Oh, now Rossini's going to get a red card, just to finish off the season properly. Ruderson's delivery this time to Palacios, and he's actually scored one. Amazing. A goal from a corner with his foot, and it's 3-0 to KV, and Malcolm's finally got one. Oh, goodness me. It's weird. It feels like we've done a good job, and there's definitely something to build on here, tactically. But it is still very disappointing to have the season end in the way that it did with that run of matches that I think has massively cost us. I don't know if it would have made much difference in the end, but we'll see. Let's just have a little gander at the overall league table here. In fact, when you can see all the final matches, Lichner do end up actually going up in the end. FH surrender a massive lead and end up finishing, I swear at one point they were like 5 points clear at the top, and now they're 8 points off and have not gone up. They were champions of the top flight 2 years ago. So in the end, we finished on 37 points, plus 20 goals. The joint best goal difference in the league. And we managed to come 4th. And it's just because of poor games where we've dropped points out of nowhere. Sochi actually hasn't scored in our last 8, which kind of sucks, unfortunately. Because I haven't actually looked at this for a while. 3rd. So really, we didn't deserve it. But you can see how much we we still underperformed and everybody else overperformed around us, apart from Grindavik, as it goes. And this is why I feel like we weren't that bad. Little things in games. Some of those like goals were made up in matches where we didn't need them, and in other games when we did need them, we just couldn't find them. And that's really been what's cost us this season by a considerable margin. It's incredible, in fact, that Volsunga finished as low as they did, to be honest with you. It's kind of mad. Calle's disappointment at the way the season had ended was immeasurable. A solid 11 out of 10. But he had bigger things on his mind. Tracking down that journalist and getting that laptop back, he booked a plane ticket that evening and left the windswept shores of Iceland for his home nation of Sweden. Where his next job lay, he had no idea. That injury, I don't know if it was going to make a difference, but we'd won 4 out of 5 going into that. And that injury just, I mean, we snuck through a game, got a lucky one with the penalty, but then after that, those two really did cost us. I don't know. I think, honestly, even if we'd been able to win all 3 of these matches, we still would have come 3rd. But onwards and upwards, I suppose. Calle's got himself some more coaching badges. He's got more rep to his name as well. His media handling is massively through the roof, because I've been paying attention to that this season as well. So, with that in mind, it's a Job Hunch episode next up on Tuesday, and that is going to be Tuesday? I don't know why I said Tuesday, Monday. And that is going to be extremely fun, because I suspect that we're going to be able to get ourselves quite a good job during that, potentially. Maybe a professional club, someone that we can really get our teeth into for a few seasons. And I still think that there's something to this tactical style. Maybe just needs a little bit more honing. I tried some stuff in the second half of that game with some higher pressing and a higher line. I wonder if that might be the answer for us if we can get some slightly faster players, which we should be able to at a higher level. So, if you've enjoyed this season, in spite of the way it's ended up finishing, I still think we've achieved quite a lot with the B team, considering we were supposed to come 9th in the end this season, according to the season preview. That was the readjusted version, 9th place. So we'll take that coming 4th, and I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun. Capybara. Bye-bye.